listening to AstroDetectives, where longtime friends Scott and Sarah try to debunk
or prove
the ancient practice of astrology.
I'm Sarah Hartshorn, the Astrologer.
And I'm Scott Randall, the Skeptic. Each episode, I'll give Sarah two natal charts. One chart matches the exact moment of birth for our mystery guest, and the other is just a red herring.
I'll use astrology to detect which chart belongs to our guest. And with a little help from my underground network of AstroDetectives, this case is as good as solved.
Oh, we'll see about that. Welcome, everybody. It's AstroDetectives time. We're here with another normal episode with a guest and everything to guess their birth chart. I'm here with our astrologer, Sarah.
Hello.
And
Once again.
I'm here with Skeptic Scott. Hi. So we've got two birth charts in front of us. Neither one of us knows which one matches the guest that's coming up a little bit later. But all that we do know are the placements and everything, and we're going to use our interview to try and decide which one belongs to them. I think that those things won't really matter, except based on maybe their understanding of their chart. So I'm going to be trying to guess based on my limited understanding of astrology. Sarah will be pulling out things like bad ankles.
Yeah, that might come up again. Well, what's your methodology, Scott? I mean, are you, because we know that you are looking at the sun sign, but are you considering other things like, statistics, like what time they were born and...
Yeah, but that one can come back to bite me. I don't know. I would love to see a rundown of all the guests we've had, because it's weird. I was doing some research on this. The body is more likely to go into natural labor actually at night, because there's melatonin that gets produced and somehow that induces labor. But in the United States especially, we have C-sections and you schedule those in the morning and leads to mostly daytime births. So overall you get mostly daytime births, but that's not to say a lot of babies weren't born at night. Mm-hmm. So if you're just going by probability, then if there's a statistical advantage to picking one over the other, then I'm going to go with that. But we got two Thursdays here. We got Thursdays, and I guess we won't go into too much detail because AstroDetectives Patreon followers will have to get the exact dates on these charts so that they can make their own charts. But we can just kind of give the big three.
Sure, yeah. Let's give the big three. And by the way, you can go to Astro Detectives Pod if you want to download the case files and look at these charts yourselves. And then, like Scott said, if you sign up for our Patreon, you'll get full access to all the birth data so you can plug and play with your favorite chart system. But for now, yeah, we have a Taurus sun, and that Taurus sun has a Gemini ascendant. And a Sagittarius moon. And then we have a Virgo sun.
Actually, the signs we're dealing with aren't a Virgo and a Taurus. There was a bit of a mix-up, so this is Scott and Sarah from the future, and we're just dipping back in to tell you the signs we'll be choosing from are a Cancer and a Gemini.
And in the future, Sarah's power is out. So she's reporting live from her car.
Oh, things have gone crazy since we recorded the rest of this episode. So yeah. Real quick, we got a Cancer and a Gemini. Those two signs have something to teach us, those two archetypes. I think, Sarah, you typically ask, Scott, what do you know about this? I say Cancers can be very, I dare say it, like emotional or very feeling emotions deeply, whether it be in love or family, wanting to care for others, I think. And I think a sense of attachment to home.
Yeah.
And I think those are all great qualities. We like to feel deeply on here because we're trying to feel and empathize with the guest so that we can guess which one of these charts belongs to them. So Cancer is a solid sign to learn from. We also have the Gemini, the duality of two different, sometimes in competition, or this the twins, but they're twins that can pull in different directions. And so seeing two sides of the same coin, very social, outgoing, friendly, quick wit.
Yeah. So Gemini is associated with it's an air sign, so it's got a theme around intelligence, communication, gathering information. There's also, it rules the hands. So sometimes people who are Geminis often speak with their hands. And yeah, it's just about like gathering lots of data. Whereas Cancer is a water sign, and it has more to do with, like you said, sensitivity, creativity, protection. They're really concerned with like safety and protecting their own. And there is a strong association with the home.
All right.
Yeah. So those are the basic Gemini Cancer themes.
So that's what some of our listeners, that's what sun sign astrologers would be focusing on during this interview.
Yeah. And just to state, the Cancer chart has an Aries rising and a Capricorn moon, and the Gemini chart has a Leo rising with a Leo moon.
And you can get these charts still at AstroDetectivesPod.com. They will be the correct charts. They won't be the ones that previous Scott and Sarah were looking at that you heard before. Anyway, let's start the interview that already happened. So we'll bring in the guest right after this. Hey listeners, we're not just a podcast that tests astrology, we're an independent detective agency. That means we rely on you to help us keep the show running.
Exactly. By joining Astro Detectives on Patreon, you can support our mission to finally prove astrology is real.
Or, completely debunk it.
Here we go again.
One thing we can agree on, Astro Detectives is the only place you'll find astrologers and skeptics working together, like a buddy cop movie you didn't know you needed.
And trust me, detective work takes time, gathering evidence, late night stakeouts, solving cases, especially when Mercury's retrograde.
Okay, you can't blame Mercury.
The first step is easy and free. Just follow Astro Detectives on Patreon to get access to our debrief episodes where the conversation continues after each case ends. We break down what went right and what went wrong.
And if you want to fast track your training, become a rookie detective for only $3 a month. You'll unlock exclusive bonus episodes, plus early releases and the top secret case files sent straight to your inbox.
Or for just $1 a month, we'll make you an Astro intern. No compensation per se, but hey, you'll gain valuable detective experience and that warm, fuzzy feeling knowing you're helping us keep the lights on.
So if you like what we're doing and want to support us, head over to patreon.com/astrodetectives and join the investigation today. Welcome back, everybody. We are joined now with our guest this week. It is Ruzina. Welcome to Astro Detectives.
Hi, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you, and we're going to get right into it and ask you about work. What is whether it's a long-term career, or what kind of work have you always been drawn to, and what do you currently do now?
Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to do something fulfilling. I've always wanted to be a teacher and help others. But where I live, I've slowly realized that being a teacher, you don't make as much money as you should. So when I went to college, I switched my major to something that I definitely would make a lot of money in. So I majored in computer science, and I currently am a software engineer. And I do find that work very fulfilling, and it allows me time to do a lot of my hobbies, which I do have a lot of. And of course, I make a lot of money, and I'm able to do many things that I want to, and I'm able to support my family as well.
That's the dream.
Yep.
Can you kind of give us a general sense of what you as a software engineer do. Like, what does your workflow look like? What do you spend most of your time doing?
Majority of my time is spent coding. Coding. So when I first started working for e-commerce. I'm not going to say the exact companies because I did sign NDAs with them. So specific clothing stores I've worked for, checking, just double checking their websites that are running properly. And testing those websites. So, for example, when you're purchasing specific items, are you able to add that to the cart? And is the website running properly as it should? And when they're updating things on the website, or even, for example, as an app, when we're building the app, is it working as it should for the customer? So I went from e-commerce to software. For medical devices, and currently I am working at a startup medical device company as well.
So we don't think about all of the background work that's gone into just dragging something into our cart. I was kind of wondering, it touches on what you said earlier about wanting to help people, and you're kind of facilitating their experience in a way. Can you kind of describe, is that your favorite part of the job, or is that the most fulfilling part of the job? Or if not, can you speak to what is?
That actually is, because for me, for example, when I'm trying to shop online, when something is not working, I get so mad. Like when I'm trying to add something to a cart, I'm like, hey, this is not working. What's going on? And I'm the type of person, I will immediately call customer service or create a chat. So in my head, I try to always keep the customer in the front focus. So I'm always like, what can I do to make sure that this does not happen for the user, for the customer? So I try on my own to make sure that whatever I'm creating, whatever I'm testing, does not have any bugs or any issues before we send that off over to the customer. So I find that very, very fulfilling. When I started, like I said, I started with e-commerce, and now I'm working in the health sector. So we're helping. So I'm actually helping creating software that can help consumers as well for healthcare.
And from a business perspective, you have certain customers, like possibly my co-host Sarah, who might be making an impulse purchase and was like really excited about this item. And if it takes another few tries and she can't get the item into the cart, she might have time to realize she doesn't need the new coffee maker.
If she doesn't need it, she's not going to want it, and she's going to probably go somewhere else and buy it.
Or the new astrology book. Or what was it most recently, Sarah? Anything in particular that you've an impulse buy?
I try not to do that anymore because I've learned about myself and that I do that. So I try to put it in the cart and then think about it and walk away.
All right. Ruzina, I'm wondering, you didn't give your company's name, so no problem here. What is your least favorite part about what you do? Or is there anything that kind of gets annoying and frustrating for you especially, maybe not just for the field in general, but anything?
Yes, definitely. And this actually happened last week. Let me see. One thing that I hate when deadlines get pushed. So for me, I like to plan my day. So when I come in, read emails, look at what's going on. So if I know, hey, this deadline is coming up, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. But if a deadline gets pushed, or hey, we need this happening right now, I'm like, well, everything else is up in the air as well. What's going on? So things like that. And I like to plan my day. I have a specific routine, and my whole routine is completely gone. So things like that completely irk me. And I do work well under pressure, but not so under pressure that, because it's not just me, it's so many other software engineers, other team members, developers as well, that also are being pushed to work under such time constraints at the same time. So things like that something like that, it really does grind my gears. And we have said something like this, give us prior notice. not the day of, that you need this done by 5 p.m. So definitely the time constraints or the change in timeline or deadlines.
And you're never the one who's missing the deadline, right? They're never having to push for you.
No, no. I always have like sticky notes everywhere on my desk, so I know exactly what I'm supposed to have done by when. But then still, sticky notes have to come off, and I'm like, well, today by 5.
So you just want to tell the other team, come on, guys, get it together.
Yep.
Let's shift gears from work a little bit. Unless, Sarah, did you have any like questions specifically for work?
You said this was a little bit more about money because it was kind of related. But you said that it sounded like money, you were that really motivated you to pick a certain career, and you wanted to make sure that you had security and all of that. And it sounds like you have security now, but regardless, do you still focus on and worry about money, even if you feel like, even if from the outside it looks like you have plenty and you shouldn't worry?
I would say yes or no, because for me, I like to think ahead. Growing up, and this is something personal. Growing up, my father passed away at a really young age, so my brother had to, he had to drop out. He had to take care of us, and seeing his struggles, I didn't want to struggle when I was older, so that really motivated me to not have that type of life. I do not want to struggle as I'm older, so that for me, I'm like, I have to constantly keep learning new things. I have to constantly keep track of the money that I'm bringing in. I have to constantly keep track of my savings, and I'm trying to push my significant other to also better himself, and increase our savings, and increase our whatever we are doing. So what I like to say, skill up. Just because you know what you know right now, that's not going to help you in the future. I don't like to stay stagnant.
I love that. Did you say skill up?
Skill up, yes.
That's great. That should be a slogan or something. That's really good. Yeah. That was my main question. So I'll let Scott continue.
All right. I was wondering, I love to track my finances very closely too. Do you have one like app that you just constantly check to see how is everything looking today?
I actually use a few. So I do have a few stock market apps, Fidelity and Betterment. So those constantly checking on my phone all the time.
Yeah, making out of fear or out of you just enjoy looking at it and like it's sort of like plotting and planning and should this move here or should this go here?
Yep, plotting and planning.
Okay. So now shifting gears away from money, how would your friends typically describe you if they were on this show and we sent you back to the waiting room and now they were really going to tell us about you? What kinds of things do you think they would say?
Well, I only have a few friends. I would say a handful of friends. Everyone else would be acquaintances. When my best friend, I've known her since high school. So she would say that I am a fantastic person, but when I first met her, it took me a while to kind of open up to her. And same thing with my other best friend. They would say that I'm very generous, I'm very kind, but when you first get to know me, I'm not like that. I'm a very closed out person. And I do tend to be somewhat mean. But that's kind of like, I would say, just to see how you are as a person, just so I can open up to you if I feel safe enough to open up to you. So then I would say the mask kind of comes off and the real me comes out.
When you said you could be kind of mean, what is it that you're trying to learn about the other person?
Just to see how they would handle it. how they would handle me being a little bit rude, how they would handle me saying certain jokes, because in reality, I am kind of a jokester. Me and my best friend say we're goofy goobers. We like to cackle. So when we get together, like us group of like 3, 4, 5, anytime we're out, we're just cackling. You can hear us in a restaurant. We're the loudest ones in lunch. So, and majority of the time it's me cracking jokes. So, so something like that. When I meet you out the first time, I'm going to be the one complete tight-lipped, barely saying anything. But once I know you, I'm the loudest in the bunch.
Mm.
So they'd be wondering, I don't think she likes me at first, but then if they pass the test, then they see the real you.
Yes.
And what is the test? How do they prove that? How do they get to that point? Is there a threshold that you kind of have in mind? Like this person is worth me opening up now?
Yeah. The threshold, I would say a handful of meetups. So there were my best friend calls it the Ruzina tests. So it's like a specific activity. I'll put someone through mental gymnastics and like certain things that I would say just to see a person's reaction and see like what they would say back to me. And at first, my best friend's husband actually failed. So I'm just like, do you really want to be with this person? Because me and him do not, we kind of clash. So yeah, and it's funny because me and him are actually the same sign, and she's like, I don't know, I thought you guys would be cool. I'm like,
Oh, so how does someone fail? Like, what did he do, or what does somebody do in general?
you acted just like me. He did the same thing back to me.
So this is a question we should probably ask is like, do you think you would be friends with yourself if you ran into your twin?
No. If I had to put myself to the same test, I wouldn't. And I realized that it's kind of toxic. It's kind of mean, but I'm like, if you want to be my friend, I guess you have to do it. I know it's really mean to say.
Would your friends say that you are unapologetically who you are?
Yes, 100%. 100%. And I feel that way as well.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. I think I'll move on to my last subject is kind of asking about your hobbies and stuff, and then I'll turn it over to Sarah to get into all the missing points. You did mention earlier you have a lot of hobbies. Can you kind of get into what do you like to do in your free time?
I love to read. I love to cook, but I cannot bake for the life of me. Because I think baking is a science, but when I'm cooking, I like to taste and cook with my heart. So yeah, that's like I can't bake for my life. I love to go to museums. I'm a huge foodie. So me and my best friends and all my friends, actually, we love going to the same restaurants or trying new things. For me, I'm like, I have to try everything at least once. So I've tried almost every single dish. Yeah, I've even tried frog legs. We'll never have it again. Snails, we'll never have it again. Oysters, I love. Go to museums. Bungee jumping is on the list, but I am scared of heights. So, yeah, and traveling. Absolutely love to travel. Been almost everywhere in the Caribbean. Been to Dubai, been to London, been to Ibiza, and things like that. For me, myself, hanging out with my friends all the time, whether it's their place, but majority of the times they come to my place because I'm the only one that has like, my space is huge. So everyone kind of congregates here. I cook and everyone comes. And one thing we love to do, we love watching or rewatching the same shows or TV shows. And we just like to add our own dumb commentary. Recently, we're trying to do a Harry Potter marathon and also a Twilight marathon and make fun of Edward for being Sparkles.
You mentioned the baking isn't as fun because it's a science?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
kind of speak to that, especially as someone who's in, a very scientific kind of profession? Is it that you want to get away from work, or talk about why that's not appealing as opposed to cooking from your heart?
Because for me, for cooking, I like to taste test and like, oh, this needs a little bit more of this. This needs a little bit more of that. Baking, you can't do that. It's like you put everything together and boom, you can't do that. You cannot do that. And I mean, I am right now trying to bake a little bit more and trying to go out of my comfort zone. But I absolutely hate throwing food out. If it does not taste good, I have to throw it out. And I don't like doing that. My best friend loves to bake, so I'm just like, come on, teach me, come here. And now that the weather is getting a little bit cooler, I'm trying to have her come over more and help me out with that.
Interesting. And you mentioned some of the places you like to travel. Did you say do you like to do solo travel, or are you typically traveling in groups, or how does that work?
Typically travel in groups. Yeah, I feel like the more the merrier. And almost every single time I've traveled, it has been in a group. I've only traveled alone, say twice, and the first time was going to the motherland, and the other time was for a religious pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia. But that was it.
And traveling in a group, are you the leader, if there is such a thing in the group? Are you the one that's making most of the decisions and keeping everyone in line, or is that position even filled in the group?
I would say that position is shared between me and one other person. And I also am the one planning everything and getting everyone together. So I'm the one creating the itinerary. I'm the one asking around, hey, who wants to go? I'm the one making all the like creating all the logins and everything, making sure everyone has the visas and all of that. So that's majority on me and one other.
And do you have, we always look for tips from our guests. Do you have any tips on making that work? Because a lot of times when you're traveling, you got a lot of different people, a lot of different opinions, feelings. How do you manage that successfully? Any tips for us?
Yes. Well, I would say never travel with people that you do not like. Definitely. If you know people do not like each other, unfortunately, you're gonna have to make a decision of not traveling with them. And make sure that you create a group chat, make sure everyone vibes, and make sure that you stay sane. You have to keep yourself in line and take notes, write everything down. Everything. I have like so many notebooks. I have a travel notebook for every single vacation that I've went on. I know it's kind of weird. I have a travel notebook and I write down every single thing. Like, it's in my head, but then when I think about it, I have to write it down. So if I have to go again, I know exactly what to look out for. But yeah, that just helps me out. So if anyone wants to do that, I think you guys should.
We like to end on some helpful tips. That's the portion of my questioning. I'm going to turn it over to Sarah. I may pepper in a few questions here or there, but you're in the hands of the other Astro Detective now. We don't say which one is good cop, bad cop. We're both good cops, just coming from different perspectives. Take it away, Sarah.
All right. Well, okay. You mentioned going to museums. So would you consider yourself a history buff?
Yeah, I definitely like history. I love, for me, when I'm growing up, I was very into like classical Egyptian history, Greek mythology. I still am. So things like that definitely interested me as a kid, and of course, currently as well.
Okay, cool. Any favorite eras, or, I mean, I guess Egyptian, you said.
And Greek, Roman mythology, things like that.
Cool. All right. And what really what kind of, I mean, you kind of touched on this a little bit before, but like what traits in other people annoy you? What are your pet peeves?
Pet peeves. I would say people that are a little bit slow. Not means like I would say people that take a long time to get to the point. When you're telling a story and just keeps going around and around, I'm like, come on, you're wasting my time. um, and also like when I'm in the office and you're just standing at my desk, like I have things to do. Come on, like I don't believe in like water cooler conversations. I'm trying to go get my water, go get my coffee, and just go back to my desk. Like, I don't got the time for that. Um, Slow walkers, definitely slow walkers. I can't say no. Me, I'm always fast walking. Like, don't talk to me. I have my headphones in. I'm just walking. Don't talk to me.
Hilarious. Okay. Do you consider yourself an activist? And when I say that, I mean like, and it sounds funny, an active activist. Like, do you actively get involved with things?
Really?
No. Okay. Sorry, it cut out a little bit.
No, no.
No. Okay. Not really. Okay. That's okay. All right. And have you had any health issues that you wouldn't mind sharing? And they can be minor things like, you know, just like, sorry, my mind just went blank, but it doesn't have to be like I was hospitalized, just any kind of annoyances or different health things.
I've had a few health issues. I was diagnosed with PCOS and diabetes. And recently I've had a few like fertility problems as well. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And did you say you were married? Okay. And can you tell us anything about your partner?
Yes. What would you like to know?
Oh, personality or how you met?
Yes. We met through friends. He is very shy. I would say I definitely am the yapper. If you talk to him, he just like, he'll probably contribute about like 1% out of the conversation. Um, and but he's very kind when you do talk to him. He's always the person. If you need anything, he's the first person that everyone thinks of. Um, if you're stranded on the side of the road, anytime of the night, day, you call, he's the one that will answer the phone and pick you up. He's done that for so many friends. And he has so many friends, it's absolutely insane. It's crazy. But he will never say, I have one best friend. He calls me his best friend. Like, I'm your life. You can't call me your best friend. But yeah, that's a little bit about my husband.
Can I ask, if you said he's a little on the shy side, how did he end up with so many friends? What, he must have put himself out there a little.
I do not know. It's like everywhere we go, when we go around all throughout the area that we live, everyone knows him. I'm like, how? Everyone's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, huh?
So he's very memorable.
Yes. I was like, how? How does this? How? What? You barely speak. What's going on? It's really weird. I don't know.
What attracted you to him, or did you? And also, like, who approached who?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you the exact way that we met, or it was him he was attracted to me. So the friend that introduced us, he called me and we were just talking. I guess he had me on speakerphone, and we were making plans to meet after work. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll meet you here, blah blah blah. And then later on, the friend said, oh, hey, I was you on a speaker. And one of my friends said, she sounds cute. And, I want to meet her. So ultimately, he just said, she sounds cute. And okay, so then I said, fine, give him my number. And ultimately, that's what happened. And the first day, he kind of flaked. He said he had some family issues. And I still bring it up. that, you flaked on our first date. And then our first actual day where I met him was a week before his birthday. And I'm like, you know what? You did that so strategically, so you can get 2 gifts in 1 month. You get an anniversary gift and a birthday gift. Like, you think you're so slick. But yeah, so he's the one that asked me out in his birthday month. And yeah, initial attraction started on his side.
Okay. And what do you guys like to do together? What do you bond over?
We bond over watching a lot of TV, a lot of movies. And it's funny, he worked at the movie theater when we so a lot of our dates were actually movie dates, and a lot of going out with friends. Because he also had like only a handful of really really close friends, and our close friend group kind of like meshed. So whenever we're out, it's those same friends that are just always hanging out, always hanging out. And same, they come to our place or we go to theirs, and just a lot of drinking, a lot of just talking about life and everything. Everything. They bring their kids. We have a cat, so everyone wants to paint with our cat. So just hanging out together, and just trying to have a good time.
Do you like trivia at all?
I do. He doesn't. He does not. I do, and majority of the friends do.
Oh, okay. Did you like go to trivia nights and things?
No, we would do that at home. We do have a lot of trivia games. I do have a lot of like card games, Uno, Cards Against Humanity. He does play that. He finds that hilarious. So things like that, we do have that out.
Are you very competitive?
Yes.
Do you usually win?
I get kind of mad when I don't win. So I'm just like, he says I'm very pushy. So anytime that he doesn't let me win, I'm like, because he's like, I cheat. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I do. He's like, anytime I don't let him, yeah, he doesn't let me win. I kind of just do this, his shoulder. So, yeah.
That's funny. I had one other question here. Let's see. What have you gotten perhaps as feedback from your loved ones as, like, hey, this is an issue, or you have to work on this, or you should be more XYZ?
Yes. So one thing that not just loved ones, friends say as well, and at work too, my manager is that my emotions show on my face. So when I'm really mad, I make like a stink face, and you can see it. And yeah, so it kind of like, and a lot of people said that I intimidate people. So yeah. Like when I'm not happy, or of course when I'm happy, you can see it. I love to hug. And of course when I'm mad, you see that as well. You get pretty loud. But yeah, so my emotions show on my face, just able to control my idea. Yeah.
Scott, do you have some questions you want to jump in with?
No, I've made my decision, so I'm just enjoying the extra information.
Okay.
And I'm trying to pick up any life tips that I can, because it's fun having guests on and we can ask them, what do you know about, and what can us and the audience learn?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like I feel like I know which way I'm leaning, but I'm just trying to cover all my bases and, not leave any stone unturned. So let me ask you, Ruiza, is it Ruiza?
Ruzina.
Ruzina, sorry. It's there on my screen, Ruzina. Okay. Now, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. So, how long have you been together with your partner?
Been together for 11 years, married for 5.
Okay. Married for 5. And you said, I guess it sounds like you guys would like to have a family, but that's kind of a challenge right now you're facing. Okay. And can you talk a little bit more about growing up? I I think you said that your brother was kind of the head of the household.
Yes. Growing up, my father passed away when I was 9. So my brother actually is 9 years older than me. My father passed away his senior year of high school, so he did have to drop out to work full time. So growing up, it was a little hard for us. My mom, she was a housewife, so she did not work. So it was me and my little sister, who's 2 years younger than me. So my brother was the father figure we had, and he was no problem. He was always working. He did work 2 jobs to help support us. And even now, I feel like, I can never repay him for everything that he's done. And it kind of makes me sad that, he, like, even now, I try my best to, help out as much as I can, give as much love as I can to his kids. Even though now he's very successful, and, we all are successful because of the sacrifices he made. And growing up, it was a little hard, not having a dad, but knowing that my brother was there, as much as he tried to be there, I do feel that, I don't want to say neglect, but that absence of not having a true father there, it does feel bad. But I do understand that my mom and everyone tried their best. And growing up, I love to say this because we do have an older sister. That growing up, I'm the middle daughter in a South Asian household. So I grew up fighting for my life and fighting for relevance every single day of my life. So my mom kind of forgot I was there. So I'm just like, hey, I would kind of little bit rebel, but majority of the time I was always the quiet child. But I would do some things to show, hey, I'm here. I'm so good. But yeah, other than that, I was always I would say a good kid. And she even says, you're always a good kid. I would listen to her. I would help her out with a lot of things in the home. I would help her out taking care of my little sister. Even now, if anything happens, my little sister, even my brother and my older sister, they call me first. I feel like they come to me a lot. If anything happens, I'm the first person that they call. So even now, when I was little, they see that, unfortunately, because I was little with everything that went on, because of that responsibility that I had taking care of my sister, up until now, they see that I'm still responsible, that right now, when anything happens, I'm the first person that they call if anyone needs anything in family.
Gotcha. And are you still close with your brother?
Yeah, we all are very close, even now.
And was he it sounds like he physically had to step in and fulfill the father figure things for being earning money and things for the family. Was he also kind of there for you in a fatherly way, or was that too hard for him?
I would say that was a little too hard for him because remember, he's only 9 years older than me.
Yeah.
So he's just I can't I remember one time my little sister did something really bad. And my mom's I don't know what to do. And he's I don't know what to do either. What do you want me to do? I'm I don't know. And at that time, my mom, she was still going through a lot of stuff with the death of my father. Just I don't know. I don't know what I should do. And she just sat there. And I remember I'm just why don't you just call my uncle? Because that's your older brother. He has 5 kids. I don't know. And I'm also 9 years old. You're asking a kid for advice. I don't know either. So things like that. We all had to grow up very quickly. And it's very sad to say we all had to grow up very quickly, but I feel that molded us into who we are right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it was very hard, but also gave you a lot of strength and made you very tough. And yeah. I want to ask, that's a very traumatic event to go through, and I was wondering like how you processed that event. Were you, did you feel safe at that time, like expressing your emotions about that event, or did you feel like you just had to be strong?
I felt like I had to be strong, because to be honest with you, in like I'm South Asian, in our culture and our society, you're told to repress your emotions. You're told to hold it in. Talking about your mental health is definitely looked down upon. And of course, as I got older, I understood, that's not healthy. That's not safe. So a few years ago, I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of things that went on in my life. I should go to therapy. So I still am in therapy for a few other things. It has helped me a lot. And of course, I do recommend going to therapy, even if something bad, traumatic has happened. It's great speaking to someone else, or if you feel like you can't, even speaking to friends, it really does help. Just having someone there to talk to.
Mm. And do you, I mean, that's really good. And I was just wondering, like, when you do get upset in situations, how do you, like, if someone really upsets you? I mean, you mentioned like when you play games, you kind of jokingly or like hitting the air, but like, what about it when it's like more serious? Like, yeah, how do you tend to just like let it all out, or do you try to hide it and walk away?
Depending on the situation, if it's really bad, I I walk away just so I can think about it, but I do come back to it later after I clear my head, think about it for a bit. I'm the type of person, I don't like to let it linger. I believe we have to talk about it before the night ends. Don't go to bed angry. But if it's really, really bad and we need some time apart, let's keep that time apart. Let's wait a bit before we have that conversation. So depending on what happened, um, that's how I'll gauge it. But it's really rare that I will just take things out of proportion and blow up.
Mm-hmm. Do you
She's the
sometimes?
stable one. She's the one they call when there's trouble. She comes in and is the fixer.
Yeah.
She can't be hot-headed.
Yeah. Are you? So are you the type of person that's good in a crisis situation? You can rush into the fire and save people.
Unfortunately, majority of the time I'm the one that gets hurt too. So
Oh.
I always put other people first before myself.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Do you ever struggle to like understand your emotions, or do you feel like you know what you're feeling when you feel it?
I feel like I know what I'm feeling when I feel it, and I feel like I also kind of repress still. I feel like I still kind of repress my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? This person needs more help than I do right now. So I put other people's emotions before my own.
Mm.
I feel like that's something I did when I was younger, and I still continue to do that, even though I know I shouldn't do it yet still. But I don't know, I can't help it. It's still something I do.
Okay. All right. Well, and you don't have any other questions, Scott?
No, I thought that was great. The one that we do ask that I always think is kind of interesting is if you have kind of a personal motto on life, or if there's any kind of quote or something that you keep coming back to.
Yes. One thing I always, one thing I always say, you have to do what you have to do to make your own happiness. You can't depend on someone else for your own happiness. It took me a while to understand that, because for so long I've depended on others for happiness, and right now I'm just like, I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. At my age, I just can't. And I feel like so many other people, you will be happy if you just do it for yourself. So yeah, that's my own personal model.
And I think you answered this on your survey, but you said you were raised and still practice Islam.
That's correct.
And as far as astrology, you feel like it's fun, but not really putting any belief into it.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever had any issues with hands, ankles, things like that? Are you prone to spraining your ankle or prone to having like issues with your hands, anything like that?
Yeah, I do have like carpal tunnel issues, and like I have like some type of nerve damage. I don't know if you see it, but like this thumb constantly keeps shaking. But yeah, this is like this year started happening. But yeah, that's nothing with the feet, but just the carpal tunnel and then this finger.
Okay.
That's your coding thumb.
It is. It is.
Oh, no.
I need it. I need the thumb.
Is there like physical therapy that I'm trying to think of how you can avoid that if you're using your hands all the time for typing? A lot of people have desk jobs these days. Is it just, do you try and do stretching them out every hour or something?
Yes. So the stretches I have to do, and then if it's really bad, I have like a brace as well that I have to wear.
Does it follow your emotions at all? Like, does it twitch more when you're like, if you were playing poker, would your thumb start twitching if you're bluffing?
That's a good question. I didn't really.
Or on game night, are your friends going to be able to start winning for a change if they notice the thumb?
I have to test that out. That's a good question. I've never noticed that. I have to test that out. I'll let you know. I'll let you know next game night what happens.
Or it's weather related. Rains are coming. The thumb is twitching again.
No, I don't think it's weather related, but I'll check. I'll lie a few times and I'll see what I'll let you know.
And then you can say, yeah, it's okay. They were test lies. They weren't real. They were for science.
Exactly. I'll test and I'll let you know what happens.
All right. Well, thank you for being so forthcoming with information. And we are going to put you in the waiting room for a brief moment while we kind of discuss and see what each of our guesses are. And then we'll bring you right back in and see if we're correct or if we're wrong. Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp.
Right.
So hang out for a few minutes and we'll see you again. Okay, everybody, we took a little break. We sorted out the mishap, and we have the correct two charts for this episode. It turns out it's a Cancer and a Gemini that we're choosing between. We still don't know which one is correct, but I'm definitely leaning in one direction. Sarah, how are you feeling?
Yes, I've had some time, fortunately, to sit with these charts and kind of go through them. And so, yes, I feel one is aligning with her story more than the other. Perfect.
Are we ready to reveal to each other what our choices are?
Sure.
Do you have yours written down on your little Post-it note or whatever?
Well, I've got it on my iPad this time.
Still in your car, I see.
Yes.
This is Scott and Sarah from the future again, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're here to make our choices based on the right charts. Let's see what we chose.
Okay.
Oh, mine. We picked different ones again. Sarah's going Cancer, Scott's going Gemini. All right. I was excited because last time we picked two different ones. And so at least we're not in agreement again. So we'll have, one of us will be humbled, one of us will be feeling great, and a lot of fun when we bring Ruzina back again to tell us which of these two charts is her chart. And hopefully this time she says she's either a Cancer or a Gemini. Hopefully for me, she says she's a Gemini. All right. So we're going to bring Ruzina back in. Our first repeat from the guest coming in again the day after the interview. And she's here to settle whether she's a Cancer or a Gemini. Right after this. Hey, listeners, we're not just a podcast that tests astrology. We're an independent detective agency. That means we rely on you to help us keep the show running.
Exactly. By joining AstroDetectives on Patreon, you can support our mission to finally prove astrology is real.
Or, completely debunk it.
Here we go again.
One thing we can agree on, Astro Detectives is the only place you'll find astrologers and skeptics working together, like a buddy cop movie you didn't know you needed.
And trust me, detective work takes time, gathering evidence, late night stakeouts, solving cases, especially when Mercury's retrograde.
Okay, you can't blame Mercury.
The first step is easy and free. Just follow Astro Detectives on Patreon to get access to our debrief episodes where the conversation continues after each case ends. We break down what went right and what went wrong.
And if you want to fast track your training, become a rookie detective for only $3 a month. You'll unlock exclusive bonus episodes, plus early releases and the top secret case files sent straight to your inbox.
Or for just $1 a month, we'll make you an Astro intern. No compensation per se, but hey, you'll gain valuable detective experience and that warm fuzzy feeling knowing you're helping us keep the lights on.
So if you like what we're doing and want to support us, head over to patreon.com/astrodetectives and join the investigation today. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are joined by Ruzina, and this time she's going to let us know if she is either a Cancer or a Gemini. Ruzina, is one of those you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Okay, thank God.
Although we still had a 1 in 6 chance that it would be her anyway. It was really lucky that the other ones weren't her sign if it wasn't her birthday. So I have picked, well, I don't know. We don't even have to really tell. One of us is going to, we have picked different charts again. We've looked at the new charts, and once again, Sarah and I have picked different ones, which makes it extra fun. Once again, tensions are running high with anticipation of finding out. Ruzina, or Sarah, you ready for the reveal?
I'm ready.
She's sitting in her hot car in Texas. She's like, let's go ahead and do it. Ruzina, are you a Cancer or a Gemini?
I am a Cancer.
Whoa! So,
Astrology wins again.
my goodness. Astrology is kicking butt today. Well, Sarah's kicking butt. Astrology is just what it is. All right. Well, Ruzina, we appreciate you settling that for us. We had an extra 12 hours to think about it. She's not a Virgo. She's not a, what was the other one from yesterday?
Taurus.
A Taurus. She's not a Gemini, and she is a Cancer. And if you're able to stick around, we're going to do a debrief for Patreon followers only. Ruzina, are you able to kind of talk a little bit more after this?
Definitely.
Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of that. In the meantime, is there any place that people can either find you or any places you want to send our listeners or recommend to them?
Definitely. If anyone would like to follow me on any social media, my tag is my first name, Ruzina, and that's 5 A's at the end. I know, really basic. And I like to leave everyone with a little advice. It's never too late to start believing in yourselves. And I'm kind of macabre, so just a little bit. Remember Vlad the Impaler? He didn't even start impaling people until his mid-30s, so it's never too late. Believe in yourself, guys.
Oh my God. I love it.
And I'm sure he was like having imposter syndrome on that first couple impalings.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, he's like, right now, I'm just Vlad. What am I doing?
Yep.
Sarah, if anybody wants to talk to you about a reading or anything, where can they find you?
Yes, I am at hartshornastrology.com. That's HARTSHORNE, astrology.com. I do human design and astrology readings.
All right. And you can email astrodetectives@gmail.com if you'd like to be a guest, or if you'd like a solar panel consultation. We do those on the side because when you're looking at sun signs, the biggest sign is the one that tells you can power your house for cheaper than what you're paying the electric company right now. So just let us know. In the meantime, that's it, everyone. Let us know what you thought by commenting on whatever platform you follow us on. Links to our accounts are in the show notes. If you like the show and want to support it, you can visit patreon.com/AstroDetectives, where this conversation continues on the Patreon-only debrief. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss the next episode. Rate and review, and tell your friends. And until next time, this case is closed.